Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So today we are going to do a review of the UDES 14 Alt 5. It is a Tier 8 medium tank with absolutely no armor. Got a great gun if you're top tier, and mid tier if you're bottom tier. Going to be shooting probably lots of premium rounds. Sets really low to the ground. It's got a small silhouette, so the camo rating should be pretty good on this. Um, I apologize. Normally, I show you guys the very first match in all my tanks, but unfortunately, with this one and the Tier 9, I tried running them. Um, I think it was 2 days ago. When I first got them, it was like the day after I got them or something. But my lag was so bad that basically one of them I ended up driving off into the water because I couldn't control the tank. And the other one I ended up driving up and flipping it over on its back and dying that way, again, because I couldn't control the tank. This one you'll see, I thought I had the lag issue under control, ran this match, and it was pretty much better than nothing, I guess you could say. But you'll see that my lag started just going crazy, and the tank kind of does its own thing. But I at least want to try and get this review done, and that way you guys probably are working towards these, can determine if you want to just kind of work over this one and go for the 9 and 10, or if you want to add this one to your lineup. Personally, if it's top tier, definitely a good tank, even mid tier, good tank to have in your lineup. Absolutely no armor, but in the way people play World of Tanks today, it doesn't really matter, because if they bounce off you once, they just load premium and go through you anyways. But this absolutely has no armor, so whatever hits you is going to go through you anyways, unless you get a very, very lucky bounce. But excuse me, let's start with the gun and work our way around. It gets a Tier 8 gun. The stock settings on this, 5.22 rounds a minute, 217 standard pen, 253 premium, both APCR rounds, and 53 for your HE round. And it's a regular HE, not a hash or any goofy thing like that. 360 average damage, which is pretty good for a medium, considering a lot of the Tier 8 mediums only do 240, 260, some do 280. So 360, I really like that for a medium tank damage per hit. Average damage per minute is 1878, dispersion is 0.38, and aim time is 2.1 seconds. I did notice this new line, the aim time is a little bit higher. For a medium tank, it's usually lower because of the fact that you do a lot of shooting on the move, and or you come boogieing in, come to a stop, and you wait for it to aim in and shoot. So it's usually got a faster aim time. I mean, it's not miserable, but it could be a whole lot better. But anyways, let's go over this a little bit better here. So my rate of fire is 5.92 rounds a minute. The reload is 10.13 seconds. For 360 average damage, I wish it were more like 400 for 10.13 second reload. But, you know, it's better than 240 any day of the week. A little bit longer reload, but oh well. Gun traverse is 30. Yeah, gun traverse speed is 35.46. Gun depression is awesome at negative 12. It's kind of like at about an 8, and then when that rear, this axle bumps it up, it gets you negative 12 and plus 26. So this has got a real good gun depression and can aim way up too. So aiming up on hills is no problem. My aim time is 2.01 seconds, so it's still the same as it was before, because I went with the vertical stabilizers, gun lane drive, and coated optics. Because this one, it's a medium, you're more than likely going to be on the move most of the time, not sitting still. My dispersion is 0.36, and my average damage per minute is 2132. You get 1,400 hit points, you get absolutely no armor, you get 35 on the hull. Yeah, 35. You would think it's a French tank. 66 on the turret, so everything's going to pen you from everywhere. I mean, if they start hitting you with HE, you're going to be in a world of hurt. Hull on the side is 35, on the turret is 30, and in the rear you get a whopping 10 on the hull and 20 on the turret. So yes, very, very, very easy to penetrate this. They don't need to aim at a weak spot because the whole tank is a weak spot. It's really bad. Everything's going to pen you. When I played the match I did, being I was bottom tier, no one on our team was going to the west side of the map. So I thought I will go balls deep and go to the west side of the map. And I got over there and ran right dab square right into a WZ tier 9 120 who hits for 440 average damage per hit with about the same reload as me. So I got very lucky that another tank on my team, this guy actually right here, I told him thank you. I said, hey, thank you for knocking out the WZ-120 on the mines map. He was literally just about to shoot me and finish me off. If not for you, I would have been knocked out a lot sooner than wanted. And I said, laugh out loud. Thanks again for the save. Because, yeah, he was the only other person that actually came over there with me that I know of. And there was a lot going on, so there might have been more towards the end. But, yeah, he saved my bacon because if he wouldn't have come over there when he did, that WZ-120 was fixing to be loaded and knock me out. So, yeah, kudos to him for helping me. Where are we at here? Weight limit is 22.3 ton, and you'll see the WZ-120 tried schmucking into me, and I was trying to back up as fast as I possibly could so he couldn't run into me because he would have damaged me and probably knocked that whopping 14 hit points that I had left at the end out. So yeah, you get a 550 horsepower engine. Your specific power to weight is 24.66, so pretty darn good. 55 in forward and 20 kilometers an hour in reverse. So that 20 kph in reverse definitely saved my rear end because if he would have bumped into me, he would have definitely finished me off. The hull traverse is 41.72, which is great. Concealment is pretty darn good at 20.33. For a medium, that's actually not too bad. Our view range is 432, and that's with the coated optics, and 850 for the signal range. You get a 3-man crew, and we're up to 25%. I went with the situational awareness and snapshot to help keep uh, the bloom smaller as you're moving. So once you come to a stop, you get that nice beep, shrink in, and a repair. I like it. It's pretty cool looking, but nothing will bounce off you. It's not a bat chat by any means. It's not an auto loader. I think if it were an auto loader, it'd probably be a lot nicer, but it is not. So, boy, this is a tough one. I'm saying to get it or not get it, to work it or work over it. I guess if you're good in mediums, get it. If you're not really that good in mediums, you might want to skip over it. The tier 9, at least with that, you get a little more penetration, or excuse me, more armor, better angles, and you got a better chance of getting stuff to bounce off you. I mean, look at that frontal. As long as they don't hit your front lower plate. Yeah, armor-wise on that is still... it's funny, though, if you go with the not upgraded turret, it's mounted on there. Because you can mount it with the top gun, but the ammo's not the... I'd have to reload the ammo. But just to show you, now this is the stock turret, but if you look, you get 105 frontal armor with the stock turret, which at that angle with 105 millimeters of thickness, it's a tough one because you lose, you go down to 1550 hit points from 1650, I think it is. So you lose like 100 hit points, but man, that 105 millimeters of thickness with that slope might bounce a lot more off your turret than you would with the fully upgraded one, which I think it was 45. So let's look at this one. Yeah, this one's 70, so it's 35 less armor on the turret, but it does look like it sets a little bit lower. So, I don't know. It's kind of space age looking. Pretty neat. But anyways, back to the tier 8. Yeah, so on the tier 8, It's really all boils down to if you like medium tanks, if you're good in medium tanks. If you're not that good at them, I would probably suggest skipping and going to the 9, where you've got a better gun, more armor, not a lot more armor, but more armor, and it's got a better slope, so you're more apt to bounce off because of just the slope you have. But yeah, anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I will have some gameplay for you and then some post-game stats. So I will be right back. Alrighty, so here we are on mines and kind of a weird setup. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about the matchmaker because I'm very pleased with how it's been working out recently since they've updated and fixed it. But we had, it was kind of strange because it used to be 357. Now we've got 4 tier 10s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tier 9s, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tier 8s. Normally I would go for hill, but being that I am bottom of the food chain, I decided I'm going to go pause this real quick and change the volume so you can actually hear me. Sorry, guys. I've been getting pretty good about catching this, but every once in a while I still seem to forget. Alrighty, so I'm heading over here to the city, and you're going to watch my lovely lag kick in here in a minute. I'm just staying at this view so I can watch it too, because watch what happens here in a minute. Look at that stutter, couldn't drive it, and I didn't even pay attention if my lag light came on. It's it makes it really hard to even want to do tank reviews when you're lagging so bad because for one, yeah, see the lag lights just lighting up like a Christmas tree. For one, it makes it almost impossible to hit a lot of your shots because the tanks sometimes aren't even where you're aiming at. Two, it makes you look like a retard because it looks like you don't know what you're doing. Three, a lot of times you'll end up doing crap for damage because it lags out on you. So I got lucky. That's about the only thing that saved me right there. Plus, one of the friendly tanks came over to help me. Was that the WZ-120 shot the dirt. So I was able to put 2 into him to his 1 into me. And his 1 hit me for 425. I wanted to get along his side here. And we hit him another one for 364, but he was loaded again and put another one in me for 397. It was a low roll. But as you can see, I'm over here by my little lonesome going against a tier 9 that has armor where I have no armor. So basically, I was really hoping to knock him out pretty quick. He's got 537. I've got 578. His hits for about 440 average damage. Mine hits for 360 average damage. So if you do the math, the only way I'm going to outdo him is if I reload before he does, and 2, if he doesn't run into me. And he runs into me and did 109 damage, and then unfortunately my shot there bounced, and he hits me for 455. I have a whopping 14 hit points. I thought I was so screwed it wasn't funny. So we're able to hit him there. He was just getting ready to shoot me, and thank goodness this Object 416 came over here and saved my bacon. Yeah. So my 14 hit points now have to last me quite a while. We haven't lost anybody yet, and they have now lost 3, so that's a good thing. But the problem is now with 14 hit points, all I got to do is fart in this tank, and I am as good as dead. And being that my lag is just going hunky-dory Christmas cookies great, yeah, it's not fantastical at all. The one thing with this, and you're going to see it in a minute, is set so low to the ground, kind of like the Object 416 there, that when you have a tank setting over here, you've got walls and fences and brick bit, it's just stuff that sets higher than you can see because you set so low. So then you got to kind of guesstimate where to shoot, what you're shooting at. Are you shooting at their side? Are you shooting at their front? And with 1% of hit points left, all of 14, basically you don't want to set in one spot too long and aiming in shots because if they see you, you're an easy kill. They're going to take it. And basically, so you got to pop in, take a shot, hope you penetrate, and I was shooting all premium rounds, obviously being low tier with what they had on the enemy team, a lot of heavily armored stuff. 217 just wasn't going to work. So basically, I'm just going to kind of try in this frickin' God bless America lag. See, so like right now, I'm trying to aim at stuff, and I'm like, hell, am I aiming at a tank? Is there a wall? I didn't know what was what and what was where, so basically, I'm just kind of hoping that I actually hit something. Now I know the Jagdpanzer 100, the Jagdzella was on my side of the building there. I saw him, and we bounced off his side. And that's 250 some, 254 pen, 253 pen bounced off the side, bounced off his side again. I think that was kind of, he might have been angled pretty good. That might have been more of a kind of a side angle shot. I think he was angled quite a bit there. Not it was Yeah, and I saw him kind of sitting there looking like he was looking at me, and I wasn't going to stick around to find out if he was aiming at me. So I see the T110E3, and there's a T28 over there, but I was still trying to get shots on the side of this darn Jagdzilla. Now I know he's there, but the problem that I run into is, I didn't even see the house there, so it was a good thing I didn't shoot. Then I saw the Progetto, and with 14 hit points, I mean, you really, you want to stay in the game as long as you can to try and get much damage as you can. But when you're popping out here looking, you're not even sure if you're gonna hit what you're aiming at, if you're aiming at a wall. So I guess it's good because it sets so low, it makes it hard for the enemy to hit you too. But like the shots that I'm taking here, I think I end up coming over here just to get a view of something a little bit higher, so I could actually get a shot at stuff. And I knew that T28 was I thought facing me, but it bounced because I couldn't tell if he was facing me, not facing me. And then I saw the T110E3. I'm like, crap almighty. So I take another shot at the T28, and he was facing me that time again, bounced. Thought I'd get a shot at the Jagdzella or the T10. Basically, I was trying for anything. And we go for the T28 and bounce again. So you can see I'm just bouncing left and right. Now I'm just trying to get a shot in on the T110E3. I going for that commander's hatch. And we're able to thread that one through for, what are you getting for, 385? Thought I was going to get the kill on him here. Somebody else manages to, but hey, I don't care as long as we're winning and I'm still alive with my 14 hit points. But again, you can see my lag light. It's just on and off, on and off. It's like, I hope Wargaming's got a better idea on getting this lag fixed. So I shoot the E100 in the side of the turret, and lo and behold, we bounce again. So I try and get a better angle, and he gets taken out. All they got left is an STRV, I think. S1, a Defender, and an ML2. Make that an STRV, S1, and a Defender. And he's a reroll because he's got 0K matches, so that's just a reroll. So he basically bought one of the most overpowered tanks, and he's just got a reroll account. That's all that is. So when you see that, you don't want to go, oh no, he's a super unicom, because he's probably just a piece of shit that bought that tank because it's way overpowered, and that's probably the only tank he does play. And that's why he's got a 2633 WN8. I'd love to know how many matches he had. I should have looked. Left, spike. See if he might have, 15 matches or 10 matches. Who knows? He's got 0K total, so that means he's got under 1,000 matches. But that's all she wrote. That is all she wrote for that match. That's kind of cool. Looks like I got shot on each side of the gun. One there and one there. And one there. I think that was all of them. I do like it. But it is definitely very cheesy, easy to pen. As in cheesy, as in it's like cheese for hull and turret. Everything will pen you. But if you want to hold on for a minute, I will have some post-game stats for you, so I will be right back. Alrighty, as you can see by this, and obviously in the actual match, I got my, not my, but the mod pack back on here that I like using to see where enemies have shot you, penned you, bounced off you, shows you WN8. This one I really like. I don't know what extra I turned on or accidentally turned on, but it shows you your place with experience, where you reside out of the 15 people in your team. And I was fourth in experience and fifth place in damage. Shows your WN8 for that match, which was 1689. Nothing phenomenal. And Mark of Excellence went up 1.60. So I like that. It's really cool, convenient, easy to kind of look at your stats and see how you did. Or you can click on this down here and you can look at it this way also. That I was bottom tier in a tier 10 match, and I did shoot all premium rounds because the standard round on this is only 217 pen. The premium bumps you up a little bit. Whoops. I don't know why oh, it's because I was shooting at this thing. He was trying to take me out, and I wanted to see, because I thought his gun did like 440 average damage. 10.13 load. I was trying to see, because I bounced one off his front end. I was like, God, what's the frontal armor on this? It's only like 120. But yeah, the standard round on this is 217 pen. Premium is 253. And our tier 10 match, 253 is borderline getting you to where you can pen some of the tier 10s that were on the enemy team, which I was only able to pen one, which was the E3, where I hit him in the side and hit him for 385. Hit the WZ 120 four times for a total of 1428, and knocked out his track. Originally spotted WZ 120 and originally spotted the Jagdpanzer 100. Yeah, so unfortunately, if you're in bottom tier, it's just a given you're going to have to shoot premium with this, because 217 is really going to really struggle with pretty much any tier 10 that they had on their team. Most of the tier 9s too. Anyways, that was a Master Badge Class 3 and a Fire for Effect. Like I said, we did fifth most damage at 1813 and fourth most or highest experience at 839. We had 13 shots, 11 hit, and only 5 penned. So you can see, and that was with all premium rounds. I was hitting the Yagzella in the side and bouncing. Hit the WZ 120 in the front and bounced. So even the premium rounds on this aren't super, I mean, they're good enough, but they're still not good enough, if you know what I mean. For tier 8s and 9s, yeah, tier 10s, you're really going to struggle. We got hit 3 times, and guess what? All 3 pen, because this is made out of Swiss cheese. We spotted 2, damaged 2, destroyed 0. After all was said and done, we lost 34,684 credits because we shot all premium, and I think we used a repair kit. Yeah, something else too, I thought. And it took 3,017 of our credits to give me back in a week. I still don't like that idea. I do like where after this match I was able to hit, use this 3x thing, and basically it turns your 2x into a 5x. So even on a regular 2x week, you at least will get 3 times that you can, or not 3 times, I think it's 5 times that, I see it's 11 out of 13. I wonder, I don't know how that works, if it's 11 out of 13 in a week. I'm not sure, because it doesn't give you 13 of them in a day. I think it's like 5. I thought it was 5 a day, but could be definitely wrong. By the looks of it, I probably am. So, yeah, this thing, as bottom tier, I was nice to show you this tank at bottom tier instead of being top tier. Top tier probably would have done a lot better. It has absolutely no armor. It is kind of cool looking. It is low profile. So, like when I was shooting at the Yagzella and the T110A3, I couldn't even see over the little, like, walls, the cement walls that were on the sides of them over there that they were driving in between. I had to shoot the walls out and shoot at them through the wall to actually even try penetrating. So I'd knock the wall out, then I would have a clear shot at the side of them. But this set's so low that I was down below and I couldn't see to even get shots off at some of the stuff. Yeah, it's real low profile, which is good. I mean, you don't stand up high, means your silhouette is small, and your camouflage should be really good. It is pretty nifty looking. I do like the way the rear suspension kicks up to give you that extra gun depression. That definitely comes in handy. But yeah, so anyways, that was the UDES 14 Alt 5. Oh, and by the way, you probably saw it during the match. I started having, again, lag issues. I'm really hoping to hear from Wargaming because I don't even want to try playing the Tier 9 because, you know, your team counts on you as a higher tier tank if you're top tier. Even if you're against tier 10s, you're still going to be mid-tier probably. And I don't like to have my team count on me when I'm driving and my turret's going clink, 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 and I can't aim, can't drive. It makes it's not even worth it. You might as well not even be trying to help your team because you're not going to help your team when it's lagging like that. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this match. If you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.